and welcome to another episode of Live Feed with your host, Richard Santiago. Live Feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. For all your digital resources, check out travelingtechteacher.com. Also brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, 501c3 nonprofit organization geared at helping survivors of bullying, so let them help you. Thank you for everyone that's joining us this show. So you guys made a lot of comments when I did our show about the benefits of hot peppers, or what they do for the body, how they benefit the body. So I thought that I would do a show showing you how to make that hot pepper jelly. I'm just going to put a little twist to it. I'm adding some ginger to it because, as you guys know, ginger helps in inflammation as well as the hot peppers. And I love the taste of ginger. So I'm just going to make one today with ginger in it. So if you want to make this at home with me, thank you for everyone that's joining the show. Let me tell you what you're going to need. First, you're going to need some hot peppers. And you can use one or two depending on how hot you want it. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, guys. Live your life the way you want it, right? So hot peppers. Thank you, SK, for joining the show. Thank you, Kenzie, for joining the show. You're going to need hot peppers. You're going to need an apple, okay? You're going to need ginger. You're going to need vinegar. And you're going to need sugar if you want to make this. And of course, you're going to need a pot to cook the jelly in. So never put food in a cold pot, all right? Whenever you're sauteing, whenever you're cooking, always put it in a warm pot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to warm that pot up, okay? Start to get it a little warm so that it's ready to go. Okay, so now for me, it's up to you guys. If you guys can't find my knife, give me one moment. Okay, problem with a live show, right? So if you guys, I forgot one more thing you're gonna need. You're gonna need some type of chopper. This is a manual one because, as you guys know, all our equipment is gone. It's on its way to Italy, so we use this for chopping. But you're gonna need a chopper. Whatever type of chopper you use, it doesn't matter. So you can also use a knife and just do it with your hands. But I like the chopper because I want it done quick and easy and with no hassle whatsoever. So what I do first is if I want to put 2 peppers, these are extremely hot peppers. So if you get these, you definitely don't want to put too much inside. And remember, don't touch your eyes after you have cut these peppers. But for me, I'm a real simple guy. It all depends on how you guys want to be. Some people peel the skin off the ginger. I don't do that. I just get it in there small enough for the chopper. And again, depending on what type of chopper you're using, if you're using a big one, you don't need to get it too small. I'm using a very small portable chopper, so I need to get this stuff real small. So how much you put in, it all depends on you. If you want it real hot, put more peppers in. If you want it more of a gingery flavor, put more ginger and less peppers in. It all depends on you. I was hoping to have this all done, and that way I could just toss everything in together, have everything cut up, but I figured I would cut some things up while we talk with you guys. So the reason why I like this and why I decided that I was going to do it on the show, because it's real simple when it comes to cutting. It's just like the chopper did its job, right? We need some chopping music, don't we? Let's put on some chopping music here. So that's our chopping music. At first it's a little hard because you got large pieces in there, but again, you can use a machine. You don't have to do it manually like I'm doing. And I try to get it, like I said, I like it real tiny, real minced, so that one thing doesn't overpower another. So, yeah, I only got a few peppers in there, so this one's not going to be too hot. Hello, SK, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, that's small enough. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's how small I take it. And I'll put that in there. So that's the ginger. So that'll be the ginger part of it. And ginger, as we said, is an anti-inflammatory. If you don't know the benefits of hot peppers, go watch our video about hot peppers so you can get an understanding of the benefits of the hot pepper. See, people want to go eat candy all the time, and you know, there's so many things that you can do to get a sweet flavor from things. So, okay, so I only got 2 peppers in there. I'm thinking of putting another one in there, but let's see. Have you heard of Scotty Berg? No, I have not heard of Scotty Berg. Give me one, SK, give me 1 second, and I'll do some video. Right now, I just want to finish the video on cooking, but give me a second. So, again, apple, I decore it. First you decore it. I don't take off the skin, okay? Again, I know that probably sounds kind of weird, but I don't take out the skin. So I'll just cut it up as small as I possibly can, again, to get it inside this chopper. So it all depends on how big is your chopper will depend how big you should put it or how big you should dice it. Again, if you want large chunks of apple in your jam or jelly, I like to call it jelly, in your jelly, then you want to keep it large pieces. Okay, again, we need some grinding music here. So, if you have a machine, I will pulsate it until you get the size that you want. And, I find that when people are cooking, one of the things that they find difficult about cooking is they don't understand why they're doing certain things. So the reason why we're adding apples to the jam is because apples have what is called pectin. And pectin is an item that thickens jellies and jams. So that's why we're putting the apple in. Because when you cook it, it's going to release that pectin and it's going to thicken, along with everything else, going to thicken your jelly. So that's why we're putting in the pectin. All right, I decided I am going to put maybe two more peppers. I got to be very careful with these because these are super, super, super hot. We don't have a garden anymore, but we did have a garden at one time, and we had some of these grown, and they are extremely hot. So, but the good thing about, for me, the good thing about this jelly is that you just put a little bit on like a Ritz or a cracker. And you don't really need a lot. You don't really need a lot. Just a little bit and it flavors up the cracker, and it tastes good enough, and then you get enough heat. So it all depends on you. If you like it, you know, my wife likes it really hot, so she puts a lot of jelly on it. If you don't like that much, don't put that much jelly in. So again, we get as much apple as we can in there, and we don't forget to play your chopping music. Let's see. Boom, on the video yesterday, keeps making new accounts and trolling. Oh boy. I'm sorry, SK, that's happening. Send us his screen names that he's using, and we'll try to contact Instagram. Even though Instagram has not got back to me about any of the other questions I had about accounts that are bullying, but hopefully one day they will. That's all we can say. Wow, you can really smell. I'm gonna chop this up a little more because you can really see large pieces of pepper, and you really got a whiff of it. It's real strong. So, you know, this is a good way for people to get sweet and at the same time eat right. Because if you're being bullied or if you have a lot of anxiety, the best thing is to eat right. Because when you don't eat right, you eat a lot of foods that have preservatives in them, then that is going to hurt your body in a way that it's not getting the nutrition that it needs to fight the anxiety that you're dealing with. Sorry guys, trying to do two things at one time. Okay, so this is the last section of the apple. I cut the apple into fours and then I decored it. So here's the last section. So yeah, so like I said, real simple. If you just want to make the jam that I made, or the jelly that I made the other day, it's just apples, the hot peppers, a red pepper, okay, that's not hot, the sugar, the apple, I don't know if I said that already, and the vinegar. And then you just cook that. And you know, don't be afraid to make mistakes, guys. The first time I made this, I overcooked it and it came out like candy. It was hard. The sugar was hard like candy. All right, let's play some mixing music. Here we go. And yeah, this is real simple. I'm always going to try my best to find real simple recipes for you guys because I know a good majority of you don't cook. Yeah, so real simple. I like to get the apple nice and small because I notice when the apple is nice and small, what's what I'm thinking of? It releases that pectin a lot quicker, and then it gels up the way that a jelly should. Now, when you're done with this, it's not going to look like what you get in the store, guys. So don't be discouraged and say, well, mine doesn't look like it looks in the store. The people in the store, these companies in the store, they put a lot of preservatives and a lot of different things inside of them. Some of them put dyes to make it look a certain way. So you're not going to get that same look. So don't worry about it looking the same, but it will taste the same. Let's see. Kenzie says my grandmother makes blueberry jam. Awesome. That is cool. Okay, so now I have everything. I don't know if you guys can see that. And here's the other thing. You guys are probably looking and saying, well, why does it look brown? It looks brown because the apples are browning up. If you don't like that, you can put lemon juice on it, and lemon juice will keep your apples from browning. So there you go. Me, again, I don't worry about things like that. So let's see if I can move you here a little bit. Thank you for smashing that heart. Continue to smash that heart. So what you want to do is always have your tools prepared. And I'm unprepared, so I get a 0. I don't know where my wife put. Okay, yeah, I like to use a spat. This is like my #1 cooking thing. I like to, the wider the better. That's the way I do it. So while we were talking, I was heating up my pan. Okay, so what I do is I want to get everything together here. I will get everything together, my vinegar and everything. So I use about a 1/4 cup, maybe a 1/2 cup, a 1/4 to a 1/2 cup of vinegar, and about the same when it comes to sugar. About not a 1/2 cup, a 1/4 cup of sugar. So I start with the apples and the ginger and the hot peppers. Go in there first. Or at least I put them in there. You want your pan to be at medium heat. Never want to have a pan that's too hot, because it'll ruin your pan. Yes, believe it or not, you could ruin your pans if your pans are too hot. So you always want to watch the temperature of your pans. Don't want them to be too hot. So 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of vinegar. What type of vinegar? Right now I'm just using the distilled white vinegar, and it's working out fine for me. It works out fine, just fine for me. I've heard people put apple cider vinegar as well. And apple cider vinegar is very, very good for you. So I would guess that it would do a good job in helping you with this project as well. So Lucky 3, thank you for joining the show. And I got a question here. Okay, hold on. Where has Young Blue been? I don't know. He's probably sleeping right now. I don't know how late it is where he lives. He lives on the East Coast, so it's about the same time where you're at, SK. But so I'll throw that in there, the sugar in there, and the vinegar in there all at the same time. I'm going to put just a little more vinegar in here. Alright, so here's where the magic happens. And this is probably the only part you really have to pay attention to, is the reduction. You're cooking out the vinegar, pretty much cooking out the moisture of the whole mixture here. And then this takes a while, so don't be discouraged. Move it around a lot. That needs to come to some type of, not boil. Boil's not the right word, but some kind of shouldn't be afraid to mess up. So I kind of messed up because I should have cut the peppers separate from the ginger. I cut the pepper and the ginger together, and now I realize I should have not done that. Next time I make this, I won't do that because I got large chunks of pepper, and you really want to get that minced down so that you don't just get a big, huge bite of pepper. Hello, Danielle. Thank you for joining the show. So now that I got that going, it's coming to a boil. I kind of reduce. Where am I at? I'm kind of in the middle between medium and hot, and I'm gonna let it just cook out. Cook out. What's going on, Danielle? What are you up to? Oh, hi, Danielle. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to smash that heart before you go, Danielle. But thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I got it too high. So I got it too high, so I'm going to keep reducing. You don't want a wild boil, but you do want it to cook out, because that's how you get. Have a good night, Danielle. That's how you get it to start to kind of coagulate. It's probably not the good word, but kind of make that jelly type of consistency. You want to be very careful because there's a lot of moisture coming up through the pot, and you don't want to get burned with that. So you definitely want to keep your hands moving. Don't hover your hands over the pot because that steam could burn you. As normal, your parents will love you if you do this. When you're not cooking, clean up. Clean up. Keep your work area nice and clean. Your parents will love that. You will love it because when you're done, you don't have a lot to clean. So let's put some boiling music on. Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, just keep moving it around. How much you put in it? Like I said, a quarter of a cup. Quarter of a cup always works good. Half a cup as well. You'll know it because it starts to look almost like, if you ever seen candy being made, it starts to look like that. That's how you know. Yeah, you cook all that moisture out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna be in trouble later on, guys, because I got pieces of hot pepper that's way too big in there, and that's gonna burn me. So I did the wrong thing. So you can't be afraid to make mistakes. And I probably wasn't paying attention because I was doing the show. And but you can't be afraid to make mistakes when you cook, guys. So I just have to watch out for the big pieces and make sure I don't get them in my mouth. But don't be afraid to make mistakes when you cook. That's how you get better, guys. Thank you for smashing that heart. Miss Lake 76, thank you for joining the show. Been home in Los Angeles. Oh wow. Addie, thank you for joining the show. Addie Rose Castleberry, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from, Addie Rose? Yeah, so have you ever seen candy being made? It kind of takes that same consistency from candy being made. It kind of takes that same consistency. So you just keep reducing it. Because you got to remember, don't go too far. Because if you go too far, then it becomes like candy, hard like candy. And I did that one time, one of the first times I ever made this. And it was very hard to spread on the bread and on the cracker. But I still got it on the cracker and it still was good. But you definitely don't want to get to that point where it's hard like candy. You gotta keep looking at it. No, let me take that back. If you're making this half a cup of sugar, quarter cup of vinegar is the right consistency. And if you really like it sweet, maybe a cup of sugar. Yeah, it's looking good. Aside from those big chunks of hot peppers, it's looking good. Oh, we got another question. All right, let's see. Thank you guys for your questions. Does it ever disappoint you if you get a lot of viewers on your live? No, it doesn't disappoint me if I don't get a lot of viewers on my live, because like I said, I'm also thinking about this going into the archives and it being something that people can view for a long time. The great thing about viewers like USK is that you get to ask questions that people might have asked if so they get their question answered, hopefully, because you've asked similar types of questions. Because a lot of people think that when they ask a question that they're the only ones thinking that same thing. Sometimes most common questions, a lot of people have the same question, and that way it gets to be answered if the person is live and they ask the question. But yeah, it doesn't bother me if one person or 0 people or 20 people are watching the live feed, because I'm thinking more of the archive. That's why I don't do cooking live, because if something happens like just happened, that I made the peppers too big, then you guys don't get the full effect of it. But hopefully I'm able to correct that and let you guys know. Make sure you get those peppers chopped up very, 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 very finely. It's looking good. Starting to look like candy. Let's see. And also, do you mind sending me this recipe through DMs? No, I don't. I will do that. I will do that. All right, almost getting there. Do you like hot peppers, SK, or do you like ginger? What part of this recipe is really interesting you? Tully, thank you for joining the show. Tully's just joining us. So if you're just joining us, guys, we are making hot pepper ginger jam today. So I thought that I would do a show about that, being that you guys liked that video that we did the other day about hot peppers and how they benefit your body. You guys remember capsaicin is the item that is found in peppers that gives it that hot burning sensation, and it gives you potassium, it gives you vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K. It does a lot for you. Helps with cancer, right? We talked about that. SK says the peppers is interesting to me. Okay. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stay. I have to go into work. Well, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to smash that heart, Tully. Okay. So now I'm taking it off the heat. I'm sorry you guys can't see this, but yeah, you can see it's kind of getting that kind of candy type of look on it. I'm gonna put it back on the heat a little bit because it didn't really look the way it really should. And SK says he's staying to the very end. Well, thank you very much, SK. So, yeah, I'm gonna reduce it a little more. So, like I said, if you want to do this, you really want to get it reduced to very small. Get your apples minced very small. That's why I just use that chopper. But the peppers I definitely would probably do by hand. If I can do this over, if I could rewind everything, I would definitely do the peppers by hand. And Tully says, what date do you leave for Italy? We don't know yet, Tully, because we haven't got our visas yet. That's what's going to determine when we leave. But thank you for asking, guys. Yeah, maybe when I get to Italy, I'll do some shows about the cooking and the food, because I hear the food's amazing in Italy. It really shocks me, you know, when people, everywhere that I've been going, people that live there, people have been saying, oh, wait till you taste the food, wait till you taste the food. You know, be interesting to know, because I grew up in New York, and I like to think that New York has a lot of great food there. It may not be authentic to where the area is, because anytime, you know, if I'm creating an Italian restaurant and I'm opening it in Australia or Japan, I have to kind of change the flavor for what the locals like there, if you want them to buy, right? So when you live in New York, you're not going to get authentic food to what people might be used to in that region. But I like to think New York is very, very close to it. So looks like Pico's here. Hey, Pico, thank you for joining the show. I don't know if his computer or if his internet is acting up again. But yeah, so again, you know, I took it off the fire. I'll be totally honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I took it off the fire a little bit too soon. It didn't get the way that it really does. But it's close enough. Definitely close enough. And it would, as when you refrigerate it, it's gonna thicken up as well. So let's see here. I'm gonna put a little bit, without any hot peppers, I'm gonna put a little bit on a Triscuit. So hey, you guys, reach out to Triscuits and let them know what we're doing. Send them a little tag on what we're doing. So, oh, it tastes great. I just took some from my finger. It tastes great. I'm gonna wait for this to cool down because I really want the good effect. But yeah, reach out to Triscuit and let them know what we're doing. So we have hot ginger jelly on a Triscuit. Like I said, I had some on my finger. It tastes real good. So let's try this. It's not hot. So, oh, there's a kick from the hot. Yeah, that's a nice kick. The Two Lives Love Project. Thank you for joining the show. Where are you from? Yeah, that's real good. It tastes kind of weird because it's hot right now. I think it definitely needs to cool down. But thank you, Tully. Tully's my wingman. And SK says, I got ginger in my tooth, I'm sorry. SK says, Yankees lost today. Oh, man. They were playing Philadelphia, right? We looked up the other day. Yeah, real good. You can have it on the Triscuit. I put it where I'll take peanut butter and jelly and I'll put this in it too. So, multiple ways you can have it. And that's definitely good. Definitely good. So, let me go again for you guys. So, I put 1 apple in there. Ginger, how do you measure the ginger? It just depends on how much ginger you like. I love ginger, so I had a big, huge piece. If you don't like ginger, or it's not one of your favorite things, you might want to put a smaller amount. You could always, you can do this in various ways. I mince down very small, I should say, the apple. We can have apple chunks in it. Okay, so if you don't like ginger that much, but you want the beneficial properties of ginger, like anti-inflammatory and so on, my suggestion to you would be to put some apple chunks in it. Cut up the apple a little bigger. And like I said, I don't peel it. I don't take the skin off the apple. I don't take the skin off the ginger. I just go all in, baby. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? I'm all in. Just everything go in there. A couple of hot peppers. Remember to chop up the peppers separate so that they're nice and small. Don't do like I did because I have some huge chunks that are going to kill me later on. You want to get vinegar and then sugar. We have our sugar in a bag because, all our stuff is on a slow boat to Italy. So that's why we don't have that. But, yeah, easy. Simple and easy. And like I said, guys, do not get discouraged if it doesn't look like in the store, okay? It's not going to look like it does in the store. So don't be discouraged, guys. You'll be all right. It's going to taste the same. It's going to spread the same. So let's see. Tully says, for American football, I support Chicago and Arizona and Bears and Cardinals. Well, I hate to tell you guys this. I am not supporting the NFL because of what they did to Kaepernick, what they continue to do to female journalists when they try to report. They try to make it like it's a guy's game. A girl likes the sport and she wants to report on it, let her report on it. It should go by her knowledge, not by whether she's just because she's a female. You know what I'm saying? And those things were so good. I'm gonna have another one. Hope you guys don't mind. Again, I want to make sure that I don't get. I got a few hot peppers on this, tiny hot peppers. But see, I put a large amount, a little amount. It all depends on you guys. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I told you that. Live your life the way you want to. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? SK says, I support MLB. So awesome. And Tully says, OMG, what happened? What do you mean what happened? With the NFL, why I don't support them? And SK says, will you still be doing your live feeds when you live in Italy? Yes. The question is, when will they start? Because I don't know if I'm going to have access, and I need a strong access to be able to talk with you guys. So it all comes down to when it's going to start. We're going to try to get in our own place right away. We're quarantining for 14 days, so that's going to be tough. But hopefully, where we are doing our quarantine for 14 days, we'll have a strong internet access, and I can report and do my feeds and keep going. Let's see. No, in Australia, I support West Coast Eagles. Now, that's football, what we call rugby, right? Correct me if I'm wrong about this, Tully. The football you're talking about, the Australian football, is more like what we in America call rugby, right? Oh, SK says, do you support the MLB? I'm sorry. Yes, I do support MLB. I love baseball and I love football, but we cannot support companies that bully. As simple as that. And the NFL is big bully, and they only think of themselves, in my opinion. And anytime the NFL wants to have a talk about it, I would love to have a talk about it with them. Yes, good job. It's really funny because when he was kneeling, right? When Kaepernick was kneeling, people were saying, he's disrespecting the flag by kneeling, and what they really were saying was that Black lives don't matter. That's what they were really saying, because there's people that do a lot worse to the American flag, and they say nothing about it. But Kaepernick was right? Kaepernick was right. Look what happened. That guy put his knee on Floyd and killed him. And that goes on all over the place. And the thing that I dislike about it is that people think that this police brutality is something that's only been going on since, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago. Police brutality has been around for a long time. I had an uncle that was beat up and was placed in the hospital because he was beat up by cops, unfortunately. Rich, thanks. I gotta go, says Tully. Bye for now. Thanks, Tully. Don't forget to smash that heart one time before you go. Thank you so much for stopping by, and say hello to your beautiful family for me. This has been cooling down long enough. So hit up Triscuits, people. Tell them what we're doing here on live feed. Good stuff. It's kind of weird because it's hot rather than cold for me. But I'm getting used to it. You can feel the kick from the peppers. But yeah, and ginger just works so nicely with this. The ginger just breaks, melts in your mouth. It doesn't hang around. You don't have ginger has a lot of how do I put it? It's stringy. There you go. It's stringy, and I cook that all out. I'm not getting any string in my mouth, so it's very good. So we did a good job. Aside from the big pieces of pepper in there. Let me show you guys what I mean. That right there, that is a piece of pepper. That's too big. So if you got pieces like that, SK, when you make it, it's too big. Unless you like it like that. It all depends on you guys. If you like biting into a big piece of pepper like that, then you're good to go. Me, I don't. I think it overpowers everything. Oh, I got a little nice burn. So I got a good burn in my mouth. Not one that's like this guy. Let's see. I hope I didn't delete it. Yeah, I deleted it. I try to keep my everything clear, but I deleted it. So yeah, I had a picture of a pepper burning. You guys know which one. So it's not like that. It's a nice, smooth burn. So there you go. Put it on a Triscuit, wherever, wherever. So again, now that I think about it, I definitely would do a 1/4 cup of vinegar, a half a cup or half a cup or two, probably, what is it? 3/4 of a, three quarters of a cup of sugar, and that should work out good. Real simple ingredients. The vinegar is key. The sugar is definitely key in this product, and the apples are key. So if you want them really thick, if you want the jelly real thick, apples will help you there. If you're not a big ginger fan, cut up big chunks of ginger and put them in there. I mean apple, cut up big chunks of apple and put them in there, as well as small chunks. And SK says, do you miss your crown? Yeah, I just hope it's getting there safe. If not, when I get to Italy, I'll buy another crown. I'm not gonna, it's not gonna bother me. It's a symbol of us to stand up to our bullies, so whatever crown we get will work fine. Let's see, I had another question from you. Where is it? Here it is. Is this it? Also, oh no, you sent that to me already. I guess you didn't have another one. I thought you had another one. But yeah, so that's it. Real simple. I made it, took me probably 25 minutes to make it. So something you can make quick. You want to you want to put it in some kind of container that you're going to store it in your refrigerator. When that completely cools, then you can put it in your refrigerator. But if you're like me, you see, I just ate it hot. So you don't mind it being hot, you could eat it hot. The main thing that I want to remind you guys is to wash your hands after you're done cutting the peppers. It's important, because if you touch your eyes, sometimes some people are allergic to the capsaicin. So if you're allergic to that, it's going to start burning your hands. So when you cut the pepper, make sure your hands are clean, right? Because we learned, and I never knew this, so I learned this new with you guys, that peppers, when not taken care of, can get salmonella. Salmonella is something that you cannot cook out. Salmonella. Okay, you can cook something at 1,000,000,000 degrees, and if you eat it and it had salmonella before you started cooking it, it's going to continue to have salmonella and you're going to get sick. So make sure your peppers are clean. I washed the peppers. I know you guys didn't see me wash the apple or wash the ginger or wash the peppers, but I washed that all before the show. Let me mention that, because if I don't say that, I'm going to get DMs that I didn't wash anything. Let's see. SK says, I currently have a bully at school. Okay. You're still in school? New York is still in school? Or you're saying when you go back to school? We have a lot of videos on how to deal with the bullying, SK. Go to our IGTV section and look at that, and it'll show you how to deal with the bullying. But offhand, what you want to do is you want to tell your teacher, tell the principal, tell your parents, if you're in a situation with your parents or a trusted adult, okay? And one thing that a lot, a lot of people, um, a lot of people deal with when it comes to bullying is that they tell someone and that person does nothing about it, so they stop telling people. Yeah, you can tell someone, they might not do something about it. They might even make matters worse, right? But you got to keep telling people, because the number one thing your bully wants is he wants you to stop talking about it and just take the bullying. So you got to keep telling people. Even as, like I said, even if that first person screws things up for you, makes things worse, or doesn't do anything at all, you got to keep talking about it, because that's what's going to end the bullying. Talking about it, right? We interviewed Miss Boca Raton, right? She's for Florida. She's going for Miss Florida. After she wins Miss Florida, she's going to go for Miss America, okay? And this is a person that did not say anything about her bullying. Her friends, she told us, right? Her friends told the teachers, and the teachers did something. Something finally got done. Your number one thing that you have to remember as SK is that your bully wants you to keep things quiet. He wants you to keep things quiet. And as long as you keep talking about it, that's what's going to make the bullying stop. No matter what he does to you. And that's why I say it's important for us to all learn how self-defense. Because sometimes a bully will, and thank you for smashing that heart. Sometimes a bully will try to get us to, they'll tell us, shut up, don't tell anybody, shut up, I'll beat you up. They'll make threats, right? And those threats won't work. You're still talking about it. So what they do, they go to violence. So that's why it's important for you not to be caught like in the bathroom alone with your bully. If you walk home alone, don't walk home alone. Walk with friends, have your parents pick you up, whatever you need to do. Walk in a group, because if your bully decides to go and handle the bullying with violence, you know a little bit of how to bob and weave, how to get out from bullying. So let me see, last question. Let's see what we got here. He answered the question. No, we went back this week. Wow, I don't remember New York. I went to PS 102 in New York, and I don't remember schools going back this early. They must have changed stuff. I thought it was September that they went back. Oh, wow. Learn a lot. Thank you. And hope you tune in next time, SK. I'm glad that you're becoming part of the show. I really do appreciate that. I want to remind you guys that live feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. For all your digital resources, check out travelingtechteacher.com. Also brought to you by thebullyexposed.com. Get your Be Kind t-shirt at thebullyexposed.com. Remember, anyone can wear the crown. Anyone can be a hero. Be kind to one another and have a great day. Bye, SK.